Hey everybody, Garrett Grumlin here with D2T. So Argentina had a really big election recently, and they went with a libertarian candidate, which is totally out of the norm for them. But they've had runaway inflation. They're at 150% inflation right now. And so their population is frankly super pissed. And so they decided to basically just take a hacksaw to the government and elect this guy who said he's basically going to completely overhaul the entire Argentina economy. So I just want to share this story with you because it's going to be something that is frankly really interesting going forward, and we'll see how he does. But this is the guy right here. His name is Javier Milei. He was elected on Sunday, and the basically the people of Argentina have been in economic like total upheaval for the past couple of years, but this guy won with 56% of the vote versus 44% for his rival, Peronist economy minister Sergio Massa. And basically, this guy's talking about like ending the central bank in Argentina. Um, he is like really, really intense about like anti-communism. And it's honestly just something that is frankly a little bit hopeful because with everything going on in the world, it's nice to see a country just fight back against this madness. Like, not even like no questions asked, hardcore all the way. The one thing that we have to like think about though, in terms of this guy and what he's going to be doing. So this is him, and if you hear him talk, he's like very, very blunt. People kind of compare him to Trump, but I listen to this guy, George Gammon, and this guy right here, he's a free market capitalist. And Trump was like big government, you know. So when it comes to the economy, he's like the opposite of Trump because he's like super small government. He's going to like hack the central bank. The one problem is that people don't know if he's going to be able to get everything done because it's basically like electing a Donald Trump, but then having, I guess, the Senate and Congress or the Senate and the House of Representatives Democrat. And so he might be like totally hamstrung and not able to do a whole lot. And if he's elected to basically take a chainsaw to everything and totally redo the entire government, and then he's not able to do a whole lot because he doesn't have the power to do it, then it'll be interesting to see whether or not the people turn on him right away. And another thing is, I guess, some of the changes that he's looking to make. This is, I mean, frankly, I'm not a pro on Argentina politics or the way their government works, but from the guy I listen to, and he's a really smart guy, check out Rebel Capitalist channel on YouTube. And his name is George Gammon. And he just like literally looks at the economy all day long, every day. But he was talking about how, you can't basically just completely reverse the way an economy works without having some major issues, short-term problems. And having like a free capitalist society is obviously good for people. That's why America has become like the powerhouse that it is. Like, we didn't implement communism and then become the powerhouse of the world. Like, the reason that we're so successful is because of capitalism. Like, we've just unleashed the economy in the world, and that's how we've made so much freaking money. But you can't like take a country that works one way and then totally flip it on its head and hope that everything like just pans out. And there could be a lot of upheaval, a lot of issues for the citizens, like short-term pain. Even if there's long-term reward, there might be some like serious short-term pain to kind of get over this. So it'll just be interesting to see what happens, because if this guy can turn it around, it'll be a really interesting kind of trial run to what could happen to a country if they take capitalist free market ideas rather than what they've been using, which are like socialist, communist, big government ideas. So I don't think Argentina is communist, but they have some, kind of like what we have in the US, which is people who are warm to communism and call themselves socialists, but they're basically just big government, huge money loons. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be an interesting thing to look at, and keep an eye on it. So that happened on Sunday. He was elected on Sunday and basically kind of like made the rounds on Twitter and the news. And now, you have so many different articles. If I just go back, there's just tons and tons of articles. The thing is like fiery right-wing populist, Argentina president, far-right libertarian. The news is so biased nowadays. Argentina's new president is Trump-like libertarian. Radical libertarian, Javier Milei, seizes victory. This is like what you have to deal with when you're trying to, this is what you have to parse through when you're looking for the news You just have to be like an independent thinker nowadays, because if you're reading this and you're not objectively thinking about like what you're being fed, far right outsider CNN wins Argentina's presidency. And then this is the picture. Like, what is this? This looks insane. And like there's one guy who's like got a lion suit on or whatever, but like this is the one picture. And then I mean, you look at this and you're like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? But like obviously I guess there's like a lion, and from like an American perspective, this kind of looks like a little wild. But like all these people, like, just look like they're pretty happy to have this new guy in power. Real domineering photo of him from the bottom up. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. Hopefully, Argentina will be able to get their stuff back on track, and I don't know, good luck to them. One of the things he also was interested in doing was making the US dollar basically like pin their economy to the US dollar rather than I forget what their dollar is or their money form is, but it's basically just been inflated like crazy. And so he's interested in making the dollar kind of like the reserve currency of their country and just pinning their entire country to the dollar. So that's kind of like a separate story, but a lot of people think that the dollar is going to go to crap. And there's this guy, Brent Johnson, who has come up with this dollar milkshake theory. And he basically said in a long story short, the dollar is the cleanest shirt in a dirty hamper. And so even though a lot of people in America are like, oh, our dollar's losing value, everybody else around the world is saying, yeah, but it's better than our dollar or it's better than our currency. So we're going to roll with that. So there's still a lot of demand for dollars right now. So people who think that the dollar is going to like inflate away to nothing, like hyperinflation. I used to think that and totally kind of like reverse course on that. It's not going to happen. There's just too much demand, in my personal opinion. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what he does with the economy, what he does with the government, if he's able to get things through, if he's able to make things better for the people, and if he's not, how quickly they turn on him. So I don't know, keep an eye on it. And until next time, stay safe, live free, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.